game for anyone to lose, but your team at least played well.
Yeah, I think finals are always going to be tense and tight, and no one wants to lose. I thought Grimsby and us showed that at times, a little bit of nerves in our play. But as the game wore on and tiredness kicked in, it started to get more and more open. But a final between two teams that are quite evenly matched is always going to be decided by a fine margin, whether it was penalties or a scrambled goal or a set piece. And today that was the case. And unfortunately for us, it's come down. We've come on the wrong side of it.
I noticed before extra time and obviously at the end, there's a very warm embrace between you and Paul. It seemed the real camaraderie there.
He's a great guy. I've liked him for a long time. Played against him when I was at Wimbledon. He was at Shrewsbury, and I'm a very humble man, and so is Paul. And I think when we've had a beer together, we've got a lot of respect for each other. He's a good guy, and unfortunately, one of us had to lose today. One of us was going to be celebrating. One of us was going to be devastated, and he's on the right side of that, and I'm not.
We're in the back.
Do you feel a sense of pride towards your team after making so much history this season?
Yeah, I'm proud of the group. We've got an amazing group. At the end of the game, they're in tears. I've got people who are on loan who are going to go back to their loan club in tears. That's what it meant to them. So I'm proud of that. Football is a cruel game, and I've just said to them in there that there's always winners and losers in sport, but how you are as a person, your values. That's why we stayed out and we clapped the opposition when they picked up the trophy, just to show our values, class. They won. We have to suck that in and accept it. But I'm immensely proud of them. They're good men, they're good people, and that's more important in life sometimes than winning and losing.
Next one.
Ardley unfortunately went off with a head injury. How did you feel that affected the game?
I don't know. You never know whether it would or it wouldn't. He scored goals at Grimsby in the league, and we felt like if we could get crosses in, he would cause them a problem, which happened in the first half. You never know, how it's going to pan out if he stayed on the pitch. But it is what it is. I think in the end, we had we're only a small squad, but losing Ryan Boot, Jamie Osborne, Adam Rooney, Justin Donoghue as the season's gone on, they're sort of key attacking players, left us with more defenders on the bench as the game wore on. And I felt Grimsby could make attacking subs. We was very limited in ours, and towards the end when we was tired, that probably paid dividends.
One in front.
Neal, it was a very tight game. You started well, you got the first goal as well, but as the game wore on, and I think you just alluded to it there, do you think ultimately the difference between the two sides might have been the greater strength and depth that Grimsby could call on the day?
Possibly. Like I say, we had a young goalie from the academy, a centre half, a right back on the bench, a centre midfielder and one forward. And I like to have more than that, but even if we'd have had 7 subs or 9 subs, I probably wouldn't have been able to put anything else on the bench. Losing Jamie Osborne, Adam Rooney, Justin Donoghue, players like that meant that we was very thin in the options to change the game. And Paul has done it well with the lads that have come on in all of the playoff games. They've made a difference, and today one of them's popped up and got the win.
One more, and then we'll have one more after that, if that's okay. You appreciate it's difficult in these circumstances. Appreciate Neal doing this. Yeah, go on.
Neal, I just want to say it's been a pleasure to follow the lads throughout the course of the season. What's your view on where the game was lost today? Do you feel like maybe there was some decision making a bit similar to the Aldershot game, maybe where the players just going a little bit overexcited at times?
Possibly. That's what a final does to you. Me and Paul can say before the game we've kept them relaxed all week, which we did. I tried to keep them believing and keep loads of positivity into them, but when they go out on that pitch, the excitement of the occasion and the few chances that you might come across, you can rush them. We had, I'm sure Grimsby had a few as well, but we had some chances where you'd think during the season we put them away, and Grimsby did too. But it is what it is. It's always going to be them fine margins, keeping calm. We've been brilliant all season at it, and today in the one game that decided our fate, we've just come up short, and I feel for the lads for that.
One more then, please.
Despite losing this game, you've obviously had an excellent season. Where do you feel you can take this group of lads next year?
Well, I've just said to them in there, they have to take this hurt and we have to come back stronger from it. And it's not easy because our season's been extended 2 or 3 weeks longer than everyone. We're not going to get as much rest. but we need to try and be mentally strong with what we keep at the club and then what we add to the club. And you know, we've got the basis of a very, very good team. We need to try and move that on so that we can be competitive and be in the same position next season.